Nestled amongst the gums and wattle trees of Sydney's Royal National Park lies a single rail terminus platform. The station was opened on the 6th of March 1886 as Loftus Station, with the current Loftus Station being known as Loftus Junction. The terminus went through a backwards and forwards of name changes but was finally called National Park in December of 1896 and then finally the Royal National Park in 1955. The Royal National Park station serviced an army camp that was posted nearby, residents of Grays Point and park visitors in the early years, and boasted a platform that could accommodate 10 carriages. It also had a goods bank and 5 sidings. The Royal National Park station reached its peak in the 1930s and the line was being serviced by 25 trains a day on weekends. Through the 1960s, many of the sidings were removed, and in 1978 the original station was demolished to make way for the new visitors centre. The single platform that we see today was built in its place. By the late 1980s, the line was being serviced by only 3 trains a day on weekends. After the Cowan rail accident between a VSET and 3801 in 1990, the Royal National Park line was used for signalling tests, and it was also used for driver training because of the low frequency of services on the line. Following the discovery of signalling faults, rail services ceased on the 11th of June 1991. With major expenditure required and the average patronage having dwindled to only 3 passengers per train, the line was formally closed. The line was taken over by the Sydney Tramway Museum, with the Royal National Park station reopening as its line's terminus in 1993. Due to the design of the heritage trams running on the line, they are unable to use the actual platform. In October of 2010, a new low-level platform was built near the Loftus Oval to service the Breakfast Talk event held every October. Sutherland Council had commissioned the Tramway Museum to run this service as they had limited parking at the Loftus Oval. Slightly further down the line towards the terminus lies the 17-mile mark. This is the rough position of the Scout platform, which sat roughly at 16 miles and 16 chains. The Scout platform was opened in December of 1946 to service a corroboree Scout meeting from December of 46 to January of 1947. The 17-mile post lay on the ground in 2002 but has been re-erected, although now missing the numbered plate. In the rest of this presentation, we'll take a walk down the line and see what original infrastructure still remains and what has suffered the ravages of time. Something a little bit of interest here is you can see that the tyres or the sleepers have been replaced every third one. Every third one seems to be a concrete sleeper or a concrete tie. So obviously that's the requirement for the load that the rail is now taking. The original wooden ones are very rotten, as you can see here. There's an original tie there. Alright, there's what was an old signal switching box, I guess. Used to see them all along main lines, but now only here, as they've all been replaced. Alright, there's another little point of interest here, I guess. We've got a drain, and that's not very exciting, but these steel uprights with the bracket on the top. So we've got one there, and then we've got one behind me here. And these would have been used for the original conduit for the signalling line that would have gone through. All of the wiring for the signals all would have run through a square conduit and would have sat on top of that. So just a little bit of interest. So the original signal's still here, although it's missing most of its internals. Sad and sorry state, but I guess it's not needed anymore. The platform sits in a picturesque setting of scrub and bush, with the odd wattle tree growing out of the southern end of the platform. The station itself is in quite good condition, with its simple metal construction only showing rust in the guttering. The surrounding area is well kept, with lawns on the platform and in the surrounding area, a testament to the people who maintain it. There are plans for the Sydney Tramway Museum to renovate the station, but this will cost a lot of money and take many volunteers. If you are interested in volunteering, contact the Sydney Tramway Museum. I'm sure they'll be happy to hear from you. we go. While we're looking at the disused infrastructure, here is some sort of junction box and existing cabling connected to it or not connected to it anymore. There we go. Thing I just noticed as I was walking along was these little white marks on the painted marks on the side of the rail. They look like possible graduations. I don't know if the whole side of the rail was painted white at one time, but as you can tell, there is some white painted marks as we go down the rail. So if you know what they are, if you've got any experience and know what those white painted marks are on the side of the rail here, put it in the comments. I don't know if it's associated with the testing that they did during the wheel slip incident at the Brooklyn Bridge 3801 accident, which they did test here. But yeah, if you know, let me know.